So Brad, will you teach me a little bit about income stability ratio? I know that this has come up with my parents. I hear a couple of times, and I still don't understand it.
Yeah, it's kind of a newer buzzword. It's a word that we've been using with clients now called income stability ratio. And basically, it's how much income do you want guaranteed when you retire?
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. And some people say 100%, and some people say, I'm okay with 50%. And so back in the day, Matt, before 401ks and 403bs, and we just talked about the TSPs and those kind of things, before those savings plans were there were defined benefit plans. And basically it was a pension, right? You went to work for GM or Ford, and you retired, and you had a pension, and you had some Social Security, and that was your income. Well, pensions are going away. They've been going away for a long time, and a lot of them are even underfunded, and we could do a complete conversation about what's going to happen to these pensions down the road and how are they going to pay these people. But what's replaced it is 401ks and things now. So now you retire, and your only really guaranteed income is Social Security. And I had people ask me, is that going to be around? And they're concerned about that, and I absolutely believe it'll be around. They'll come to guys like you and I and say, you're not going to get it till you're 75.
Sure.
They'll just kick the can and it'll be there. But if that's the case and you have $3,000 a month coming in and you need $6,000, you have an income stability ratio of 50%. 50% of your monthly income is guaranteed through Social Security. So if there's no pensions or anything around, how do you bridge that gap? Are you okay with taking money out of your 401k that's not guaranteed in the stock market or wherever you have it invested, and living off that for $3,000 a month, and then your guaranteed income from Social Security for $3,000 a month? Are you okay with 50%? Or do you want it to be 100? Or do you want it to be 75 or 80? And so we've been having these conversations with our clients about what's your income stability ratio? What are you comfortable with? Because some people are okay with 25 and some people need 100. And when we get to how much you really want, then we can back into some different products that'll do it. So there's things out there like annuities, fixed annuities. There's all different kinds of them, and annuities can guarantee you income depending on which one you use. So do you take a portion of your 401k, deposit it in what's called an annuity, and let it pay you guaranteed income streams so you can sleep at night knowing that 85% of your income every month
will be there no matter what.
Be there no matter what happens in the stock market, right? And so I think it's really important for people in this day and age to take a look at their future retirement income and how much do you want guaranteed over that time period. On the flip side, as we've gone through this pandemic, the people that are hurt the worst are people that are just going to retire or in retirement, dollar cost averaging out.
Sure.
So we've all been taught that we should dollar cost average into the market, and it is the best way to buy the market. Every month, just buy it, whether it's on your own in your IRA or whether it's your 401k or whatever, just buy it every month. And all that matters is averages. When you retire, what matters is the money coming out and the sequence of returns in the stock market. So if you have a portfolio that's half in the market and half not, market goes down by 40%. Now you're selling more shares every month to dollar cost average out. And those people are the people that are going to be in trouble over this time period because they're selling too many shares. Back to income stability ratio. Had they had 85% guaranteed of their income and only 15% variable, they're not playing that game as much. If it's only 50%, they take more risk on, but they could have more reward in the market too. So it's a really good conversation to have as you're starting to approach retirement on what do you need guaranteed to sleep at night?
Sure.
And then backing into those numbers. So it's an interesting concept, but one that everybody has to look at.
I think the most interesting thing of this is knowing that you love to deal with those ratios and kind of make it personal instead of here's the math problem.
Yeah.
Your ability to sit down and say, who are these two people in front of me? And then figure out like, okay, well, here's the math problem that goes along with it. There's kind of a little bit of an art to figuring out for each couple that you get to work with, what exactly is right for them. I think that's the interesting part of this conversation.
Yeah, the whole God created you with two ears and one mouth. I mean, we do a lot of listening, and we have to. You have to ask the right questions, but you really, and everybody's different. Yeah. And husbands and wife can be different. So how do you get to the middle? One might say 100, one might say 50, and is it 75? Where do you get? But if you can get everybody on the same page, then when you go through something like this downturn that we've had, it's an easier conversation because we've already had it and we already know what's guaranteed. So, and anyway, if you have people in your life that are getting to this part, make sure the income stability ratio is part of their conversation as they get there.
Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.
You bet. Thanks, Matt.